So this is WTF, why the, and I'm Dean, and
I'm Chris, and we're here to take the bullshit out of business. So to kick things off, what does bullshit mean to you in our context?
in our context, bullshit to me in the extreme is a downright straightforward lie, because by definition, that has to be bullshit, doesn't it? Yeah, no one likes dealing with someone who is an outright liar. But I think the challenge that we all have is that just in everyday life, never mind business, it's difficult to be totally truthful all the time. I remember seeing some research some years ago which says on average, an average person lies about, I can't remember whether it was 100 times a day or 1,000 times a day, but it was like some incredible number.
Still high.
It's high, yeah. And it's because it's a bit like the lubrication in an engine. You know, if you were to tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth all the time, I think life would become very difficult. How about you?
For me, I think it's more around the sort of negative aspects of in a business context. It's definitely the negative stuff that goes on in a business, so, and the controlling stuff. And so I totally hear what you're saying, and obviously that's like a direct or a literal interpretation of bullshit. But I do think there's lots of other bullshit that goes on in businesses and in life where people get in their own way of things, or they protect things that perhaps don't need protecting. You know, there's a lack of sort of detachment from things that then get in the way. So there is a sweet spot in the middle somewhere, isn't there, around this sort of, you know, you're using your metaphor around lubricating the engine. I did wonder where you was going with that when you started. But when we talk about that, and we, you know, there is one end of the spectrum, which is, you know, harsh honesty that obstructs, and then there is the other side where you've got a fake environment or an untrusting environment, and that's bullshit too.
Why should anyone listen to you about bullshit? I mean, who the heck are you to talk about other people and their bullshit?
I've seen my fair share of bullshit over the years, both, you know, within a business, and also working and consulting with businesses, you know, and helping them. I was going to say dissect the bullshit, but that doesn't sound very good, does it? How about you?
Me? Well, I've experienced a load of bullshit in the corporate world, and it affected me, and I got caught up in delivering it as well. You know, I got caught into that corporate mindset, and I sort of knew that I was bullshitting a lot of the time. And then I got out of that, and I started my own businesses with my now ex-wife, and realized that I was still caught up in that bullshit world, and that bullshit affected not just me professionally, but affected my personal life as well. So which is, you know, really why I have an ex-wife and not a wife at the moment, you know. So, and then I put all that together. I really wanted to understand why I got sucked into that, and I ended up writing some books to try and explain, you know, what is it that goes on in our heads that causes us to get sucked into the BS mindset, you know. So I love the fact that we're now making these chats. We're having these chats. We're trying to expose the bullshit. And I think, you know, our objective is to have these chats once a week, post once a week, different aspects, topical, maybe not necessarily topical, just common areas of bullshit, things that we come up against, have come up against. What else do you think we might cover?
Well, I think what we're doing is just building a library of like anti-bullshit manuals for people, you know, so when they do experience these challenges, or, you know, it gives them some signs, gives them some warning signs around, you know, bullshit's appearing in your business. And hopefully gives them some ways to counter that and get through it without losing their best people or losing their motivation, and being too disheartened with what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. So I think that's what we're doing. And obviously the topics range from all sorts, from, you know, motivation being one of them, you know, victimhood, you know, victim mindsets. We've got a whole range of things.